streaming now. And for those of us that don't have the hearing function, I'll also enable captions for you as well. And that is all perfect, all up and running. Wonderful. Right, so yes, do feel free to ask questions in the chat or Q&A sections, functions at any time, and we will take moments to pause throughout the session today and answer your questions. So I will now hand over to Emma. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Hi everyone, thanks Amanda. Now I am going to share my screen. Cool. So firstly, welcome to my presentation on exploring TikTok. Hi, I'm Emma. Thank you for following my TikTok. It's a little bit of an experiment. I want to say hi to the MindLab team as I take my first PD session tomorrow. What's going to be happening on my TikTok? Well, as a digital specialist, I'm going to be experimenting with a few different things. I also design my own clothing labels, so I used to do quite a bit of live and things like that through Facebook. So I think maybe it'll just be a little bit of a taste of my life, things that I like, a bit of a personal journey. It's going to be interesting. My children think it's cringe, but you can follow me if you want to hear the musings of a mum, wife, designer, digital specialist in her early 40s. Let's see how it goes. Making sure that's paused. Cool. So my name's Emma. I work at Digital Boost. I'm part of the support team. I also run the community group, help customers in my area of expertise, which is e-commerce, SEO, paid advertising, content creation, and strategy. And I think my little TikTok there did sum it up as a newbie to the platform. So today,
Kia ora, Craig Murray here.
A few things and talk about my new journey
here at the venue. Doing a little bit of a recce today. The Vodafone Event Centre.
I'll pause the SME Festival TikTok. So we're going to explore my new journey into TikTok, diving into what I learnt at the workshops we attended at the SME and E Festival run by the Australian TikTok team, and see how we can implement these on a personal brand strategy and as a group in the workplace. So we'll cover off what is TikTok, content creation on TikTok, creating a team strategy in theory with the Digital Boost as example, overcoming the hurdles, creating a personal brand, my personal brand, tips and tricks, questions, and a challenge to you. So feel free to ask any questions. I'll do my best to answer, and Amanda's here to help as well. Cool. So a little bit, what is TikTok? TikTok is all about entertaining while creating a positive headspace. I thought this was super interesting as it's quite a different proposition to creating content and even being on the platform, Facebook and Instagram. So the point is to stay connected with others. When using TikTok, it feels like a totally different energy as well. It does feel a lot more organic, and you can see it's fun and just more free-flowing than some of the content that we produce for the other platforms. So the biggest growth in users is currently in the over 30s. There's 1.4 million monthly users in New Zealand with an average 85 minutes per day. 30% of TikTok users in New Zealand are not on any other social media platforms, and 61% of New Zealand users are female. So TikTok best practice. So that's The team from Australian TikTok really emphasised to create native content. And for those of you that aren't quite sure what that term is, that means it's straight from your phone. And if any of you use Instagram, and sometimes it feels a little bit clunky when you're creating content, where TikTok's very easy to create straight from your phone. So they really pushed their emphasis on creating straight from your phone. Film full screen and vertical, have the sound on, sounds super important on TikTok. There's a whole range of music and lots of different things that you can use. And unlike most other platforms, it really is about sound. So high engagement, whether that's talking out to your customers, asking questions, getting people involved. TikTok looks at positivity, and it also wants you to be authentic, whether that's a personal brand or a business. So this is one of the slides that I took. I took an image of at the SME Festival. So these were the really important tips for making effective, engaging content. So say it directly to the camera. C, mix up product shots with an example of a voiceover, or maybe use a Q&A feature. Show unboxing, show how the product works. This is really great for handmade. Shoot simple and use your phone. Engage like part of the community, be raw and authentic. Sub, use captions and text overlay. Send, a clear call to action. Tell customers where to go and what to do. Your TikTok feed is built on how good your content is. So what you do create becomes a library of content. And so not just pumping out things for the sake of it, really do it with purpose. Play this video.
Sell your brand to your consumer. So the first thing we sort of wanted to talk about, and I did touch on this yesterday, is how important it is to make your TikToks native to the platform. In this instance, the medium really is the message. So as you can see with all of those kind of examples that Ben just ran through, it's all about creating that native, authentic experience. Sell your brand to your consumer. So the first thing we sort of wanted to talk about, and I did touch on this yesterday, is how
scroll over to the next one. Great, so now we're going to talk a little bit about creating a team strategy.
Hi, I'm Karen, founder of Urban Bounty. I'm quite new to TikTok, but I've been really enjoying how supportive the community is. I particularly like the tips I get on how to make my videos better. And great news! We've set up a discount code for our TikTok followers, which means that you can get plants like this gorgeous fig here sent directly to you at a discount.
Cool. So Urban Bounty is a digital boost user. They're doing really great things in the TikTok space, and I really wanted to show a collection of clips from a company that isn't necessarily youth focused in how we can all use TikTok within our business. So when creating a team strategy, it's important to think of the who, the how, the why, and the what. Consider it, for a successful TikTok, you need to be posting 3 to 5 times a week. So who's going to post? Who is going to create the content, and who is the backup? How will you collect the content? How will you come up with team ideas? How will you convince your team and your employees to all participate? How will users engage with your feed? Follow. Why are you creating a TikTok? Explore the company benefits and what content should we create? I'll go deeper into this into the next slide. Once these are all considered, it's much easier to start putting a strategy with actionable tasks into place. So I'm going to use Digital Boost as an example of creating a team strategy. So first of all, who's going to post, who is going to create the content, and who is the backup? So I envision that one member would own the idea of posting, with one team member, that is, with 1 to 2 team members of backups for holidays, etc. Using the TikTok scheduler to help with workflow. But that also means that people have to remember to jump onto TikTok and really engage with the customers and users on there as well. How would Digital Boost collect their content? How would the team come up with ideas? And how will we convince others to participate? The entire team can create the content, having a brainstorming meeting, and each team can add one piece of content a week to a shared folder. So you could use something along the lines of Dropbox or Google Drive. We'll talk through ideas on content and demystify TikTok. It's not all just dancing, but be open about all the tools and experiment with ways to repurpose content. We have lots of great videos in Digital Boost. Maybe it's an idea that we chop it up, we take segments out of it, maybe we add a voiceover, we can pop green screens, we can talk to our customers. There's lots of different ways that we could also create content that isn't necessarily having someone as the face of Digital Boost. Why? Users engage with us when they put a face to the brand, for example, today. So what values will users get? Why create a TikTok and explore the benefits for the company? Again, I believe we need a team buy-in. So this is a discussion, but initial thoughts are, and users will engage with us when they put a face to the brand. It could be a combination of tips, latest real-world stories, behind the scenes, ultimately inspiring customers to sign up and re-engage with the Digital Boost platform. So I hope that gives you maybe something to think about in your small business that is similar to Digital Boost, and how you could think of the different people that might do that for you, or the different pieces of content that you could create. How are we going for questions, Amanda? Okay. So, team strategy and content creation. So we could do behind the scenes, people, real world stories, and maybe some fun facts. What makes our team special? Showcase our energy, our quirks, and our loves for small business in New Zealand. Who we are, we could dive deeper into things that we do and our personality. Tech roundup, what are the latest news, tips, and things that are happening in the industry? Exciting updates to the platform. Roving reporters with local businesses. This is a little bit of a brainstorm that I did. What would your team strategy be? And thinking that it's not all just dancing. We can have pop-ups with words, captions, voiceovers. You can create a video from bulk photos and things as well. Here's one I particularly like from Whittaker's.
Chocolate cheers!
Cheers.
Cheers!
Cheers.
Cheers!
Cheers. Cheers.
Chocolate cheers!
Cheers.
When I was scrolling through TikTok, this is one of the brands that really stood out to me, is they really make you feel like you're part of the Whittaker's community. It gives you like a really cool vibe around the company, but in a different way than what a photo or a beautiful image from Instagram does. I really suggest that if you are a business, that you go and have a look at the Whittaker's TikTok. They use lots of different strategies and different ways to showcase their product. So next thing we're going to talk about is creating a personal brand strategy. Some people might want to do this for coaching, if they're in that space where you are really the face of your own company. Maybe your business is wanting to be more of an influencer, or maybe you want to do this more for enjoyment. So my personal journey is just about things that I like and interacting with people, rather than coming from a business point of view. So creating a brand strategy, a personal brand strategy, we're using the same concept as the team, the who, the how, and the why. So obviously, who's going to post? A TikTok scheduler will really help with your workload. Now, I find this over any platform that I'm creating content for as well. One thing that the TikTok Australian team talked about as well is really using the Q&A feature. So that feature comes across as a little bubble, and you ask a question and people can comment back to you, and then you can talk backwards and forwards. It's actually really fun. Another way to get really great exposure is to set a time and go live. So that's also another way to get a lot of users onto your site and really engage with them and talk about what type of things inspire you. So again, how will you come up with ideas? There's a lot of trending pieces of content on TikTok, so you can definitely go for that trending idea. So some of it might be food, it could be a certain kind of sound, and that will tend to get more engagement on your profile as well. If you're scrolling through, and this is something that I definitely do, I save my favorites and things that I think is achievable for myself or for my brand, and use the tools. So there's the voiceover tool, the green screen. Make sure you use the fun new tool stickers, captions, and that is also a good way to help get more engagement and more people to your page. And think about, why will users engage with your feed? Are you going to tell stories? What value can you add? Are you going to give, if you're a coach, are you going to give tips, showcase your day-to-day life? Are you going to be funny? Just think about what kind of value you're going to bring to people that come to your TikTok. So Ripples Retreat, this is another Digital Boost user, and Trudy's amazing. She's got a boutique accommodation in Waitomo. So she started a TikTok as a bit of an experiment on engaging more customers. She makes quite a lot of video content, so she also uses the TikTok content to repurpose throughout her other channels. And as you can see, she's also had a viral video, and that was at 1.6 million views. And it's actually of her son's here playing in the mud. 1.6 million views, and that was a couple of months ago. So that's really amazing. And it also showcases the fact that anyone can have a viral video on TikTok. It's just about the right place, the right time, the right kind of content. So I just wanted to showcase Beauty Blenders. So this is another personal brand. Authentic, doing their own thing. Again, lots and lots of views and viral videos. So one thing TikTok is definitely built on is hashtags. And with other platforms, there's been a lot of talk about, do hashtags work? Do they not? What's shadow banned? TikTok is built on hashtags. So the strategy that the Australian team really talked about was how important hashtags were, to have 3 to 5 tags per post. So one of those tags should be viral. So that's a viral tag. So you look through what's trending, and it also, TikTok does give you homepage options about trending items and tags as well. One broad search. So last night I was making some content around family-friendly travel to Ohope. So I use the hashtag for broad travel guides. Then one niche. So that niche hashtag, if this is for business, it would be your business name. If it's for your more personal account, like mine was, I went quite niche with family things to do in Ohope. Now, if you are doing, actually, I just forgot what I was just about to say, which is annoying. So that is your hashtags, and you can really have a play with them. That's what I was going to say. What they're talking about is having also in your niche for your business niche hashtag is keeping it the same, because people on TikTok, if they find one video, it's quite likely that they're going to go onto your profile and scroll right down or search that hashtag. So if you use that one common hashtag across all your content, it means that it becomes easy for people to search and it's all there. So maybe a video that you created that hasn't really had that engagement or views that you expected, all of a sudden can have re-engagement. So that's hashtags. I'll talk a little bit about obstacles, because starting a new platform, I'm going to acknowledge, can be challenging. It is challenging. Super fun, but you do need to really get ready for a bit of experimentation. So some of the common obstacles, and these are the ones that I had personally as well, is maybe not knowing what to post, because I hadn't been a user of TikTok before I went on to create my own profiles. Posts not getting engagement, and that's super common in every platform. So some things you're going to get engagement, some things you're not. Don't let it get you down. For businesses, team members not wanting to show their face. And this is probably something that's really, really common, is people think that creating social media content, you have to be quite out there. Trolling something that happens all the time on every platform, and as we all know, more so now than ever. So with trolling myself, I just either delete or ignore. It's part of social media, and you just can't let it get you down. Saying that, if you are getting feedback around certain content you're producing and that, it doesn't hurt to actually have a look and think, is there an element of right in there, and think about what you're going to create for next time. And feeling uninspired, I mean, that's definitely something that we all go through. So these are some tips and tricks from the Australian TikTok team. So when you're starting up your new platform, your new TikTok, really do some competitor research. So go through, find the people that you like to follow, add the posts that you like or have had the most engagement to your favorites. When recording or doing voiceovers, mention the value proposition in less than 3 seconds. That first 3 seconds is crucial. Don't delete videos that don't have instant views. As I mentioned with hashtags, people can go back, find them, and it might get better engagement later on. A really important note is the cadence of posts. So this kind of goes back to strategy as well, for thinking what is achievable for you in setting a cadence. If 3 times a week is achievable, doing that 3 times a week, each week, is far better than doing 5 times the 1 week, once the next week, none the next week. So think about what is doable for you in your business and use that in your strategy too. Use the tools.
Just got a couple of questions when you have a moment, Emma.
Cool. I'll finish this little bit. So use the tools. The text-to-speech tool, this is really cool, and especially if people don't like the sound of their own voice, it creates a robotic voice for you. The green screen, use their different audio and use captions. Cool. I shall pause that there. What are the questions, Amanda?
I will probably ask this particular one from Bridget. And then she's got plenty of questions, but this particular one just on this topic, can you expand on value proposition?
Sure, I will talk to, so value proposition, let's talk about which way will I come from. So I'll talk about value proposition from my point of view from Digital Boost. The value we are wanting from our customers is time. So therefore, what can we give that customer in exchange for time? So if you're in e-commerce or you're in sales, you're selling. So what kind of value can you give your customer as well as selling? For a personal brand on TikTok, I'm also asking people for time and I'm asking for interaction. So my value proposition is when they come to my page that they are either entertained, they learn something, they feel like they're part of a community. So it's really thinking about what kind of values you can give people who are interacting with you on your page or even in your business. I really hope that helps. Okay, I'll move to the next slide. Keep asking questions, Amanda. Nearly finished. So this is a little before you post checklist. And I found this really handy actually because it's quite easy to forget things, especially when you're starting out. So if you're not quite ready to post or you feel like you could do a few edits, this is a great tool that you can edit to draft. And I've done that with a few of my posts, just kind of held them back. Especially handy if you've got a little bit of an idea that you're going to do, maybe tips one day, behind the scenes one day, and your product the next day. So you can kind of draft things up too. And this is also can help with workload as well. Add hashtags, as I've already been over. Select your cover image. This is really handy too, because like Instagram, when you're doing reels and stories and that there, you really want to make sure you've got a nice cover as well, because it ends up on that front grid. And allow comments. So we do want people, this is social media, we want people to talk to us. The good, the bad, it'll be mostly good, but make sure you do allow comments. Here's my little challenge to you is to create a profile, post a video using 3 hashtags, then join the community group, the Digital Boost community group, and post your TikTok link, because that's where we'll be, and I would love to share them, love to follow you. Cool. Feel free to ask any more questions.
Awesome. Thank you, Emma.
Should I stop sharing?
Yeah. And there's a couple of questions that Bridget also asked in the I think they're quite good questions for the wider audience.
Okay. So first, does the viral hashtag need to be aligned with your business, or is it just to get viewers? They didn't actually expand that much on this, but I would say most likely to get viewers, especially when you are new. There's so much content on the platform. I think you really want to ride a wave to get new viewers and see if you can get more people to follow your profile. And I think, you know, you could go either way with that. I would tend to test, see if you do a viral hashtag and that's quite broad, see what happens. Then maybe do a viral hashtag that's not as broad and see what happens. Being a new user to TikTok, it seems to take a little while for the algorithm to actually understand and show you as a customer the content you want to see. So I think that's where the viral hashtag really comes in. So is there an algorithm to gain more followers? So that would be the hashtag, the viral hashtag, and it will be experimenting with different ways of producing content And they also, the Australian team really pushed the idea of lives, because with TikTok, you can prompt, so you can do a bit of a countdown and then set your live so people know that they can tune in. And they had one of their main speakers speaking about how she did a live that went really viral, and that has helped her build her following. So using their tools, using their lives, their Q&As, and their viral hashtags is going to give you the most likelihood to be able to actually get that audience. Tips to make videos that attract followers. Well, I am still working through this myself, so this is a bit of a journey. I'm going to talk about what the team showed us in the Australian TikTok, and that was, a lot of it was quite young, what they showed us. So it's kind of thinking about your target market, doing a bit of competitor research and seeing what they're doing. But I think if you look at Ripple's Retreat as an example, her sons playing in the mud and things like that, it was just fun and it was organic and it felt really natural. And even for the bigger companies that are using TikTok, it's that authenticity, natural, really breaking that wall between customer and brand, or customer and influencer. So the kind of content they're really wanting is for people to feel really involved. So that's the type of thing that I would be creating. So if you've got access to professional video editing, is it worth using it as opposed to native in the app? Now, people ask this in the workshops, and TikTok was really all about using the native, and whether that's just the business and how they want things to work. I would, Jason, do some testing so that you create some content and then run it through the TikTok, add some of that, the viral, whether it's the voiceover or the captions, and then look at maybe doing some stuff on the native as well. And then looking at that over maybe a month's period and then seeing, well, what's working? What are people engaging with? And I think it would be a combination of who your market is, what kind of content they want to see. But I would be testing that out, because when you've got beautiful professional videos and that, you definitely, I know that you want to use them on the platform. Or maybe just break it up in your content schedule so that you decide that you're going to have maybe your 3 content pillars, and one of those content pillars is always more of an organic feeling one, native, and the other ones are maybe a little bit more slick. I hope that helps. Since the video is posted, how can one have a Q&A on TikTok? You really, from the Q&A that I've done, you've got to set that up as you go through. Just looking to make sure. So when you are creating your post, there is an option to use the stickers, and the stickers come up as Q&As. But I can look, if you want to do maybe a little bit more of a live, I haven't done that myself yet, but I can definitely look into the back end and share with you how you go ahead or how you schedule those lives. Just pop us through an email at support@digitalboost.co.nz and I can get a little bit deeper for you. Which length of video is best? 15, 60 or 3 minutes? Now, on the community group, I've actually answered this because it was quite a obscure number. So I actually need to refine that. It was around 28 seconds, something along those kind of lines. Jasmine, if you can email us, or if you can join the community group and scroll down, you'll see that TikTok post where someone's asked the exact same question. I just don't have the number on the top of my head at the moment. Also thinking, if you're going to create a longer video, making sure, or even a shorter video, that you've got the key grab for people in that first 3 seconds. And if you're not a TikTok user, you'll get that, because as soon as you're on your phone, you just see and you're like, nah, until something catches your eye. Yeah, so it makes a lot of sense as a user once you've kind of had a really good play around. Cool. Hope you guys enjoyed the session. As you can see, I've taken it from more of a new journey with looking at the tips from the Australian team and how that they would work it. So if you've got any more questions, definitely join our community group. I've done quite a lot of posts on it there, which is Digital Boost NZ. And you'll find those links also on our Facebook page, or flick us an email, support@digitalboost.co.nz. Over to you, Amanda.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Emma, for your explorations on TikTok, some wonderful learnings this morning. I hope that has been valuable to you all. If you do have any more questions or specifically to your business or how we might be able to help you, absolutely flick an email to us at support@digitalboost.co.nz. We're always happy to chat, and we always love having conversations with business owners and teams on how you can find some strategies that might work for your business and help bounce ideas. So reach out. I hope you had a wonderful session with us this morning. Thank you so much for joining. And this video has been recorded and will be available on the Digital Boost platform by late afternoon, so that you can jump back on if you wanted to watch any of those insights again. Have a lovely rest of your day, everyone. Ka kite. Thank you very much.